had to find roommates because I was by myself. I did talk to somebody in Evansville, so I was able to see if she was going to be there. So we had to find 2 more roommates. We had 2 little girls that came up. One was 7.5 months pregnant, and they said, "You want to be our roommate?" And we were like, oh, perfect. So they actually did treat us like queens, and we ate like truckers. No kidding. I mean, they fed us for 3 days, 4 days. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. They paid for it all, guys. I mean, this was fabulous. We started at 9 and we ended at 9 at night. So I am totally just filled with all kinds of good stuff. But the first day, they actually did some recognition for our new directors. So we all met in a room. There was about 300 new directors. And this woman surprised me beyond measures. She was an African-American woman, and they talked about, sales. And her sales, she became a director in July, just like me. And her first month out the gate, so she went through DIQ, which is hard, It's challenging, not hard, it's challenging. So she got 24 unit members in 16 days. She finished up directorship, DIQ, in 16 days. Okay? So she debuted July as a sales director. Her first month's wholesale, actually retail order, was $47,000. Her first month. So wholesale would be 23,000 something. She got her first offspring sales director. So she has 1 sales director already. And that sales director has a recruit going through DIQ right now. She just started in July, guys. I mean, everybody was just like, and I mean, the top 3 queens were equally impressive. The other one had an offspring sales director. So that girl, in July, she's already a senior consultant. She has 2 offspring sales directors. So, I was just floored. It ignited me so much that I know I'm ready. So, that was the first 20 minutes. Okay. We also had future executive senior sales director Angie Day. So we had several national sales directors and sales directors come. And she shared something really interesting with us, and I want to share it with you guys. She does this with her team because we all have issues in our family, right? And we all have excuses, and sometimes we're not stronger than our excuses. We may not be feeling quite well, or our kids had a game, or, family happens, Family happens, and the nice thing about this company is that you do, honestly, God first, family second, career third. And I truly believe that. My family is number 1 in everything besides God. And, but there's also some excuses. If you're stronger than them, you've got to push through that. Because I don't think the women here that you're sitting here because you just like Mary Kay products. I think you want to be a leader, and I think you want to move up in the company, and I think you all want to be senior sales directors and senior sales directors. Okay, so she shared this with me, and she makes hers is nice and laminated, but I did it anyway. Okay, so I want you to repeat after me after I say this, because you may be saying things in your head of why you didn't want to come tonight, or why you didn't make 5 sales calls this morning, or whatever your excuses are. You all know the steps. You all know the steps to what to do a facial. It always starts with a facial, right? It starts with a facial. Okay, so I really didn't want to go to the unit meeting tonight, but
I did it anyway.
I am so tired. I really don't feel like placing those 5 to 10 calls.
But I did it anyway.
I don't want to do those follow-up calls, those birthday texts with 20% off, their entire month.
But I did it anyway.
I have 2 parties scheduled. That's pretty good. But I really need to do 3 would even be better.
But I did it anyway.
Basically, you all get the concept of that. So, if you all need to make your own little sheet that does that to remind you, but I did it anyway. I encourage you guys to do that. I mean, push yourself. Make that one more call. One more call. She also talked about time slots, like 8 to 12, 12 to 3. To make time slots and weekly accomplishment sheets. Guys, she's almost a national sales director, and she does weekly accomplishment sheets and also her weekly plan sheet. Weekly plan sheet, guys. Plan out your day. Plan it out so that you know exactly. This is what it's going to take for you to move forward. And I don't want to fill out that weekly plan sheet.
But I did it anyway.
Okay? All right.
My basement flooded and I almost didn't come. But I did it anyway.
Exactly.
True story.
All right.
My basement flooded.
All right. She also said that sometimes we're the only Bible that people will hear. Not everybody's life is nice and pretty and fun and filled with God and, praise and good things. So sometimes we're the only positive people that are hearing us. Okay, so remember that. Daryl Overcash, the president, came to speak with us, and he talked about a balance. If you're not in balance and you're selling, or focusing so much on recruiting, or you're out of balance. And a lot of these national sales directors say how balanced their life is. Now, money does help, right? It gives us choices. But they all started out just like us. So it has to have a balance. So I know when I started, I was so, I was like, oh my gosh, I make 50%. I'm going to have a $1,200 party. That's, and I was so focused on the selling of it that I was really weak in the recruiting part. And I knew if I wanted to be where I was and where I want to go, that I have to focus on the recruiting and sharing the opportunity. You all don't want to be coming and sitting at unit meetings your whole life, right? You want to be up as leaders. That's why you started this. And if you didn't, that's fine. He said, some people are ready right now. They're ready right now. Some people are consultants, and they might be ready later, and that's okay. And then there's another person that they may never be ready. We need those $200 active members. We need consultants, and we need leaders. Okay? But if you're the person that doesn't want to be sitting here every unit meeting, you know what you have to do. And that may be a sign on your kitchen window, on your kitchen refrigerator, but I did it anyway. All right? All right, let's see here. What else? Suzanne Brothers, she's a national sales director. I think she's been married 3 times, so she's collecting husbands just like Linda Tupin. But she also learned she had a difficult childhood.